The reason you're not losing fat is not because you're not trying hard enough. It's because you're trying too hard, and here's exactly why. Hello, I'm Charlie, and I'm the co-founder of Potential Coaching, and over the past 3 years, we've helped transform over 500 people's lives. If you would like help with your weight loss journey, there'll be a link in the description below. The first thing that everyone does that's a massive mistake is they just go too aggressive with their calorie deficit. That's creating a bigger cut, so then your body is fighting against you the whole time. You say, this Monday, I'm gonna go on my weight loss journey. I'm gonna go in 1,000 calorie deficit every single day so I can lose a kg of body fat every single week. And then by week 3, you're absolutely hating your life because your deficit is way too big for you. It's not just the hunger that you have to fight. It's when you create a big stress on your body with your calorie deficit, it's the poor sleep that you might get. You might feel a little bit more stressed. You might feel a little bit more overwhelmed because you are focusing on something else now. Your hormones could be playing up. All of these factors will make it become super overwhelming when it's a change to your lifestyle. You want to be putting yourself in a calorie deficit that doesn't feel like it's too big, feels like it's super maintainable, and allows you to be able to continue to do everything in your day-to-day life, not I only eat this amount of food and then I don't move off the sofa all day. Most people that do aggressive deficits will, and if they manage to stick to it, they'll stay in this deficit for, let's say, 6 months. And what's going to happen is their metabolism is going to adapt to the calorie deficit that they're going to be on. So they'll lose weight until it adapts. Once it adapts, that becomes your norm. That's the calories it requires to maintain the weight that you're at. So 1,200 could become someone's maintenance because they've done it for so long, their body's got used to it, and they don't make the adaptations. For a lot of people, if you don't do a structured reverse diet, you might just have to go a little bit lower. So it could be 1,000 calories or 800 calories, and it starts to get to a point where you're just eating nothing, and that is not sustainable. So you'll end up eating less and not losing weight at all. And then you're in a position where, what do you do next? The second thing can be doing too much exercise. Now, there's some people that come in and feel like they have to do weights and cardio every single day, sometimes twice a day. And if you're not training for something that requires that volume of training, let's say an endurance activity, not all endurance activities even need that much training, but let's say, for example, you're just coming in and you think, I'm going to lose weight very quickly by doing gym in the morning, cardio in the afternoon, every single day, 7 days a week. 1, you're not allowing your body that time to recover, but 2, when you're overtraining, it spikes cortisol. And when you have that spike in cortisol, it causes your body to start to store body fat. It's a fight or flight mechanism that the body has. If you're not giving yourself this time to recover, your body's not going to adapt to the changes that you're making. So that means, let's say you're doing progressive overload in the gym and you're increasing the weight every single time, you want to get stronger. If you're not giving your body that time to rest, it's always going to be a state of damage, because what happens is when you're working out, it creates micro tears in your muscles. If you never allow it to rest and recover, then micro tears are going to still be there and they're just going to get bigger, and it increases risk of injury. You are doing all of this training and you're not fueling properly, you're not eating enough. And most people who are trying to lose weight won't be eating enough because you're in a calorie deficit. So that basically means you're eating less calories than your body needs to maintain its weight or its position where it's at. You're going to start eating into the muscle mass, but then also that is an increased risk of injury. Then you've got the restrict binge cycle or the all or nothing mindset. Now, this mainly comes from people trying too hard. And what can happen is someone goes from Monday to Thursday, they're absolutely on it, they're perfect, but you've got to remember their deficit's very low. Then it gets to Friday, they're starving, so they treat themselves to a little bit of chocolate. That then can cause a knock-on effect because you've, 1, been eating a lot less calories than you should do or you need to lose weight, and you're giving yourself something that your body really, really craves, it's then going to cause this, I would call it like a mental blackout, where you're just going to start to binge on food. That's the best way to describe it. But because you're restricting so much, your body's always going to crave that. Soon as you give your body it, it's kind of a knock-on effect, and it's good night to the calorie deficit over the weekend, and then the cycle starts again. And what I don't want people to have is one bad weekend that just undoes a week of effort, because that's where people start to look at it as, this isn't sustainable, I can't keep this up. You're right, you can't, and the main reason is you're just trying too hard in your deficit, or to lose weight. You're trying to do X, Y, Z, everything that you couldn't or shouldn't do, or too much of it, just to try and speed up the weight loss quicker. But it's then resulting in the weekends where you just undo all the hard work. And then you want to look at stress. So stress will sabotage people's results. You've got to look at it as dieting, weight loss, a calorie deficit, however you want to word it, is a stress on the body, because you're not giving it as much calories as it requires to maintain it. So it is going to be under a state of stress. You've got to think, if you've got a lot of stress on top of that as well, it's going to make everything feel super, super hard, but it's also going to elevate your cortisol. The elevated cortisol from the stress can cause you to store body fat. I know it sounds counterproductive. A calorie deficit is stress on the body. A stress on the body can cause cortisol to increase. Increase in cortisol causes stress. Higher stress causes me to store body fat. But it's just one thing where you've got a high stress situation in terms of your calorie deficit. You've got to look at other ways to navigate other types of stress. So if you know you get stressful from work, going out for a walk, just something that takes your mind off these things, taking ashwagandha. You also want to be looking at your sleep. If you've got poor sleep, you're always going to naturally be a little bit more stressed. So just looking at them areas as well is super crucial to your calorie deficit or to your weight loss journey. So what makes losing weight easy? What can you do? A small but consistent calorie deficit that you can stick to every single time. So that could be 500 calories per day in a deficit, because you know you can stick to that. It could be 200 calories per day because you know you can stick to that. Just something that you can consistently stick to. It's better to be consistently good than occasionally great. Consistency will get you your results. If you're a busy person, let's just go for 3 resistance training sessions a week. Do 3 full body sessions. That way you can hit each muscle group twice, or 3 times actually, but it's not overtraining. You give yourself enough time to recover, and you're still getting to the gym and doing some exercise, building muscle, which is crucial long term. Next, eat enough protein and try and get enough sleep. I know sometimes it's so much harder, but these actually move the needle a lot more than you think. Going to bed, getting 8 hours is much better than going to the gym 5 times in a week, because it allows your body that time to recover. It allows your body that time to get rid of the stress, and it gives you that little reset that you need. So the goal for this is trying to get 1% better every week, but keep things moving. You don't want to feel like one bad weekend's going to throw you off, or that you know you can't stick to this forever. Not saying that you have to be in a calorie deficit forever, but if you can't see yourself sticking to something past 4 weeks, and you know you've got more than 4 weeks of weight loss to go, then it's just not sustainable for your lifestyle. If you like this video, please make sure you like and subscribe. I'm posting 2 weight loss videos every single week to help you with your journey.